Okay, here's a hard question. How much life insurance do you actually need? It's very difficult to answer and it kind of goes person to person. Sometimes people will say life insurance is a scam, and it can be if you're given the incorrect policy, but that's not what we do here. So let's go over a couple of factors and talk about what you need to do. So basically at the beginning, you have two choices. You could talk to an agent and have them do all of this for you, a broker, or you could kind of decide for yourself what your budget is and the things that you need to look at to decide. So it can kind of range from millions to nothing. I'm not here to tell you that everybody on the planet needs life insurance. Not everybody does. But there are people that have no idea that they need it, that don't have it. And those are the people that I'm trying to speak to. So current expenses include anything from medical bills that you haven't paid off yet, student loans, your whatever current bills you might be sharing with somebody in that household, car payments. All of these things that you currently pay on are gonna need to be covered for like a 3 to 5 year span as the person you're looking out for recovers from the financial burden of the passing. It's always better to be generous when guessing. It's better to be off by a few $1,000s because it's not gonna change your premium amount that much. Okay, so number 2 is gonna be a little bit of the insured's income. It depends. So again, breadwinner, let's say typically the husband, right? And when the husband passes, the husband, from what I've seen, almost always has a higher death benefit in their life insurance policy than anybody else in the household if there is, a family there. And that is because the husband typically makes more money. That's just how it works. So he's going to need more on his life to ensure that his family is okay when he goes. So that not only they can pay for the things that he was previously paying for, but they can also have some income for anything new that could happen and maybe some spending money. So it's kind of up to you what you can afford and what you want to give back to your family. So if you just want a funeral, you don't really have to worry about 3 to 5 years of your income. You could just keep it to anywhere from $12,000 to $20,000. Keep it low. And keep in mind with final expense, by the way, why I personally do recommend it. You never know what the state of your finances are going to be like when you actually die, regardless of how they look right now. So it's kind of just good to have that in the back pocket for not that much money a month. I know that does mean something coming from a life insurance agent, but I'm being honest. I have a policy on my own life. Okay, so at the end, what we're going to do is we're going to subtract savings, capital, and investments from this large sum. Again, this sum is your final wishes, how much you make, and what you're currently responsible for. So we're going to take this sum, and from it, we're going to subtract our investments, our savings, and our assets and things like that. So if you have a nice car, if you have a nice house, if you have a fat 401k, you could subtract that from a policy, and you could come up with kind of what you want those numbers to look like. So yeah, pretty short video, but I do hope that answers the question of how much life insurance do I need? If you or anyone you know is interested in life insurance, term, whole, or universal, or annuities, or even health, go to honorsinsurance.com and fill out the contact page and get contacted by an agent.